Well, welcome. This is Dr. Joe Connor in the Connor Bubble, and we have a very special guest who's been here. This is her third time, and Joy's going to be talking about some of the things that she's been doing, and we're going to be able to find out why the particular title, who is my neighbor and brother. And so we want to find out a little bit about that, and so we're going to talk to her more about that. But one of the things I want to share with you, we're going to have a little roll-in clip from a member of my Sunday school class at Living Waters Christian Fellowship in Fountain Valley. And we're going to be talking about an author who wrote an interesting little booklet on the brighter side of homelessness. And so we're going to find a little bit about her take on homelessness. And the book is really a little pamphlet, but you're going to see from the author her perspective on homelessness. Her name is Eileen Phelan, and so she's going to be able to talk for herself. We're going to have a little roll-in clip here in a few moments. But one of the things I want to encourage you, and I tell my students this as well, we want you to be a leader in whatever you do. And one of the ways to take leadership is that we want to encourage you to not try to keep up with the Joneses and be on top of your budget and making sure that you get rid of those unwanted debts and just don't use your credit cards like they're candy, and that you just get so dependent on your credit cards that you never have any free money and get you out from under debt. And that way you can help programs like Joy is going to be sharing with you more freely, have much more joy. And that's what we want for you as our guest. And we want you as a member of our audience to be able to have more joy in what you do and be able to help a lot more people. When the engineers are ready, we can start in with the rolling in of the clip with Eileen Phelan on hearing what she has to say about her little book on homelessness. Be insightful.
Hi, my name is Eileen Phelan. I've written The Brighter Side of Homelessness, and it's a wonderful, uplifting, encouraging little self-help book for homeless people and not homeless people alike. It's for everybody to just to smile and know that they don't have to ever give up, no matter what. Hello. I just wanted to read a small piece of this little chapter in my book. Never give up. Never give up, no matter how sick you are. Never give up, no matter how sad you are. Never give up, no matter how slow, sluggish, or distraught you are. Never give up, no matter how big or small you are, or how tall or short you are. Never give up, no matter how rich or poor you are. Never give up, no matter how young or old you are. Never give up, even if you lost all your money, your children, your spouse, friends, or siblings. Just never, ever give up. Never give up, no matter what. I'm homeless many, many years, and I've never given up. And with the Lord's strength, we don't have to give up. He's there to help us, bless us, protect us, love us, and we just need to keep the faith, and things can get better with Him. They will get better. And this book is available on, I have it on Gmail. It's Hopeful and Happy. Hopeful and Happy. I'm okay. Hopeful and Blessed at gmail.com. Hopeful and Blessed at gmail.com. And they're great for gifts. I gave about 200 away already. I'd like to give 2 million away. These are good for people in prisons, jails, mental places, churches. They're good for anybody and everybody who just wants a smile. It's simple, but it's deep, and it just shows you it can always be worse. Count your blessings. It's very inspiring, and uh, you can just change your life with it. There's 2 little blank note pages after each chapter. You can write your own notes in there and keep it, give it as a gift. Just enjoy it. Okay, if you'd like to order this great book, The Brighter Side of Homelessness, and be encouraged, please contact me at hopefulandblessed@gmail.com. And God bless you. Be blessed every day in every way. The bio, yeah.
Well, good. Now, the reason why I want you to see that, Eileen Phelan is an author, and her perspective is important because her perspective is different than most people would think about in terms of homelessness. And if you want to get a different perspective and a person who definitely is not giving up on life and is very positive, this is what we are here at the Corner Bubble trying to encourage you to hear different perspectives so you can be able to make the decisions you need for the betterment of your family. And that's why we wanted Joy to come back, because we want you to hear about what she's doing in her effort and God's marvelous light to be able to talk about children and what's necessary to protect the future generation, to give our children an opportunity to fulfill their potential. And Joy, welcome back to the Corner Bubble.
Thank you.
Tell us, what have you been doing since the last time we spoke?
I've been in training to open up emergency shelter for little ones.
Okay.
And it can be from infants to teens.
Okay.
And these are little ones and children and teens that find themselves in a situation and the report is made that the abuse has been taking place. And they will, the officers or the sheriffs or police department then refer it to the social services.
So you're in a protective environment for these children?
Yes.
Is it secure in the sense that people just can't walk in?
No, they have to be screened, and it's just for the children.
Okay.
And myself and whoever will work there and help me to do whatever it is that needs to be done.
Sound like you would be looking for volunteers as well, right?
Yes, yes.
What kind of volunteers would you want to help with this emergency shelter for children?
Well, they'll need, of course, the little ones will need people to care for them, house cleaning, cooking. We need to be able to sit down and have some education or schooling when they're out of school at this point, because the court now has to decide where they're going to place these children, with family or within friends and whoever is going to adopt or care for these children on a permanent basis or even on a short-term basis for when their families or whatever the situation is, that their families, their parents become healthy again.
So your emergency shelter is like an emergency time, sort of a place where temporarily can have a protective bubble around the children, some nurturing and things of this nature. Where would you like to have such an emergency center? Where would you want to have one?
I have been looking vigilantly in Orange County, and I have someone that's been giving me a lot of different properties to look at. And to begin with, we'd like to, if someone can donate, that's great. That would be even better, but even to rent, each child will need a stipend. They get a little bit from the state, but it's not enough. We definitely need donations to do that. And Pasadena area, too.
So you're going to Orange County and in the Pasadena area?
Yes.
How many young people would you think you might have in this? What's the range you're thinking about?
It can be from 6 to 24.
Okay.
There's a need, especially when they have siblings.
Right.
Siblings, they try not to break them up, and that's the best plan, is to keep them together. Because in the past, they have done that, and it's very detriment to their emotional and their psyche. It's very hard on them. And to be able to prosper and grow, mature, and be nurtured, that's difficult on them to have that happen. So to keep them together.
Now, what kind of budget would say per child? How much would you estimate they would cost per child to have the proper care that you envision?
It probably, and it will be about 10,000 each child, and that's to keep them. And it may be more, you know,
Right.
depending on, because clothing will be considered. And when they come out of an environment where they've been so quickly, a lot of times they don't have the clothing, or they have, you know, things have been gathered very quickly, and so it's an acute situation in a crisis
Okay.
that they need probably just about everything where I'm housed, so that when they come in at that level, whatever stage they're in and whatever size they are and weight, then I have that for them.
Okay, well, that sounds
Yeah.
good. Now, if someone wanted to donate, what kind of donations are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for funds. That's
Okay.
important, of course, and to maintain, you know, the stability of the shelter, emergency shelter every month and every day, but also clothing, cribs, beds, and cribs, things like that.
Okay.
Toys, you know.
Now, what got you involved with wanting to put together an emergency shelter? Because I know you do a lot of stuff with Haiti, and we're going to show a picture later on in the program of some of the things that you're doing with it. But this new added dimension of your ministry, what made you come to this realization that it was such a need?
I went to the social services itself, and having my ministry for abused, abandoned, and failure to thrive babies, because they don't have a voice to speak up nor the physical strength to defend themselves.
Right.
So going through the training, I understood, oh, they do have emergency shelters that are so needed, because every 10 seconds a report is made, but it's 3 times that. And the social services are so overwhelmed. I thought this could augment my ministry,
Right.
and allow them to have relief, and especially the children. They can have a place to go.
So, do you have an estimate what's the quantity of children that sort of fall? You have a feel for how many children are actually in need? Is there, you have a quantitative estimate for?
It is thousands.
Thousands.
And people, they think because it's Orange County that it's not as severe a problem as LA County or Pasadena or in this area, but it is as bad.
Okay.
And I really want people to understand that it is thousands and thousands of children. They,
What if you had to talk directly to the audience? What would you say to the people listening?
I would say, open your heart and understand that these children really, really need your help. Funds, housing, in every way. And this creates a stability for them spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. And it gives them the help they need. But funds are so important. Housing is important, property. And to be able to set up that particular property and shelter for these little ones, and whatever they can do, it is important. But funds at this immediate stage is what is needed to be able to open up the shelter and get started.
Do you have an idea of an estimate time frame you're thinking about yet?
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
I would like it this week, this next week. Today is,
Okay.
you know, the old saying yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, it's important.
All right. Well, how would people get in contact with you? We want to get in contact by phone or by email. What do you want?
Yeah, they can do both. GodsMarvelousLight.com. It has my phone number and my email address. But my phone number is 949-697-4134, and my email address is JesusLordOfAll7@yahoo.com.
One more time.
JesusLordOfAll7@yahoo.com.
So all together and no spaces.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
very good.
Yes.
Now, how does this complement your effort in Haiti and this kind of thing? So, because I know we've had a lot of things. In February, we did a program with Roll In on Haiti and a really nice video, and hopefully the audience have seen that, and we'll have them show it again on in the station, so that people can see that video. But how does this complement what you're doing in Haiti?
In Haiti, it's so acute. The crisis is so bad. There were 348,000 orphans prior to January 12, 2010 earthquake.
In
Now,
Haiti.
in Haiti.
Okay.
And on this tiny island of 117,000 square miles, and where most of the population is around the ocean side, like Port-au-Prince, it is 9.3 million people. 80% of that island is taken up by mountain ranges. So the population is really on the coastal areas. And the children it is a very grave issue for them. There's so many that need a home, and I want to do the same thing there. A property donated or land so they can build.
Right.
Would like to do that.
Interesting.
And help mothers come in, unwed mothers, because there's a lot of that, and help them be able to have a trade or get educated, and then help them to keep their babies if they can.
Right. Are you also a trainer? Or you will be eventually a trainer?
Yes, yes. And I have something that's called The Way. It's a Bible reference to Jesus' way, which is and counseling.
Right.
So these people can have the tools that they need to be successful,
Okay.
and to allow them, the little ones, to be able to educate and let them grow up to be the healthy adults that we all, the world needs.
Okay. When you, because I know you've spent so much time in Haiti, do you have any updates for us in terms of with some of the children that you've in communication with? Any updates on what's happening?
Yes, they're growing. They're growing
Yeah.
fast.
That's just like give them something to eat and some water.
Yes,
and
they're
will
growing,
grow.
and they need lots of clothing, and they need, their needs are great, but they need housing. A lot of these kids, I've had kids walk up to me, said, "Would you be my mommy? Would you help me?" And they're ragged, they're thirsty, they wanted my water. Fine, but they need housing, and I've seen the housing, or at least where a lot of them have been put in these, like one particular spot was a valley, and these people had just tarps, barely tarps to live in, and the kids too.
Right.
They had no toilet, nothing. So a lot of them need the basics, and to begin with is a home.
So in terms of your God's Marvelous Light Incorporated, it's a nonprofit, correct?
Yes, it's a 501c3.
And then so people can donate. And again, tell us, how would people get in contact with you? Should they specify Haiti or specify the emergency shelter when they call?
Yes, it's okay either way. It's whatever their heart tells them to do, and the Lord directs. So
Okay.
that would be great. They can
So when you get this shelter up and running, do you have another plan and vision for your next step?
Yes, and that would be to go even statewide, even Northern California, but also different states. I also have a plan, and I've been looking at land that I would love to be able to acquire and create a ranch, God's Marvelous Light Ranch, for little kids.
That sounds good, because I know
go.
that there's a program, I don't know if you heard of in Temecula? Not
Yes, yes.
Tehachapi.
Tehachapi.
Tehachapi. There's a horse ranch up there, a Pegasus Foundation. You ever heard of it? I have to get you the
Okay.
information, because they have a situation where they have horses that have been former race horses or something like that. Now they take care of them, and they do have children come up and ride on the horses, and this helps.
It's very therapeutic.
Very therapeutic. That's the
Yes,
word I'm looking
yes,
for.
yes.
And I can put you in contact with them,
That'd be
because
great.
that may be a complement. Your shelter, that could be an activity that will be beneficial for both people.
That'd be
And,
great,
So I'll make
yes.
sure I email you the
Okay.
number. Because I had a retreat up there, like once a year. I try to get away for about a week and try to have a retreat. So a year or so ago, I went up to Tehachapi and went on a tour of the ranch and stuff up there. When you said ranch, that triggered my memory on that. So your background in this is working with children.
Yes.
And then what else do you need in terms of staff? Because I know it must be a horrific, tremendous amount of effort and energy that you put in. What are some staff needs you have right now?
An accountant.
Accountant.
I need help with that.
Okay.
To be able to stay organized, because it's getting, it'll get even more
I agree,
overwhelming.
yeah.
And I need someone to to help me with that.
Well, and I think this gives you a chance to share. An accountant is a very, very important issue. Any other needs that you might have that will help you establish this emergency shelter? First, I know what I want to ask you. The emergency shelter, is that really a technical definition, or is the state looks at
Yes.
that as a specific
Yes.
category of shelter?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
And which then opens it up so only the authorities, like the police, can know where you are, and then also through the social services or something like that.
Yes.
So the parents who may have been abusing the children can't find you.
Yeah. Well, at some point, we do have the court issues that the parents can, if they are allowed,
Right.
to see them, and then we go to a specific spot within
So on a
social
neutral
service to do
area,
that. Yeah.
okay, away
Yeah.
from your center, so
Yeah.
so they don't
Yeah.
sort of come up in the
Right.
night.
Right.
And I can imagine the terror of
for
an angry
kids.
parent.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and then so now we have your vision for the emergency center. We hear what you want to do more in Haiti. What is it that else you want the audience to know that we haven't discussed yet, that would be useful for them to decide whether to donate funds or to donate property or donate their time or materials? So you mentioned clothes. They may have clothes for various ages. And you have a target age what might be for clothes you might need?
It would be probably the little ones.
Okay.
Teens, I don't know. That's true too, but
Right.
it would be at the little ones, I think,
Okay.
infants and toddlers.
Okay, that's good.
But
Tell us again how people can get in contact with you.
they can call me at 949-697-4134.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so, Joy, tell us some more about your background, and so people can understand a little bit
Yes.
where your passion for these children, these, from infants to teens, where did that come from?
Well, I can only say firsthand it came from the Lord.
Okay.
And I just felt so inspired. When I was a little girl, I had gone to playing hide and seek as a
Right.
little, I was about 12. And I went to this window to hide, and I heard this sound inside the house. The window was open, and I heard this little baby cry. I stood up, looked in, and here was this little baby. She couldn't have been more than 6 months. She was on a plain mattress. There was no sheets, no bedding, nothing. And she barely had, I think she had a diaper. And I thought, oh my goodness, this baby's all alone. I went and knocked on the door. There was no one that answered. There was no one else in the house. So I ran to my mom. I said, Mom, there's a baby. She's all alone. My mom called the fire department, and they rescued that baby. So it's been something all my life. And my background has been a psych nurse, a psychiatric technician, actually, which is equivalent about to an LVN. And I've worked with babies and up to teens.
So your passion started at a very young age.
Yeah, very young age.
Where do you attribute that incidence of just sort of playing hide and seek and being at that? What do you call that? That to being at that right moment.
I think it's God's timing, which is impeccable, and it's His impression upon my mind and heart. Yeah.
And that's grown over the years. I
Yes,
see.
yes.
You know.
And it has intensified, knowing exactly what little ones go through. It
Right.
is horrific, and most people really don't know. We're so distracted with so many things, and like you mentioned earlier, there's bling bling, and there's parties, or there's, it's this or that, especially involved with employment and whatever,
Right.
vacationing. But we forget that there is a tiny little ones that they have no voice and no physical strength to defend themselves.
And so this brings me to the thought that sometimes people may think that, oh, I can't do very much, and my little hour or 2 hours a week is not that significant. What would you say to someone who say something like that?
But it is. And even $1 for someone who can't give anything, or they can't, just to come and take care of them and help take care of them. That is significant. Those hours add up, and they're precious to that child, especially when the interactions are positive and it's nurturing.
Right.
And a child needs that. Of course, we all need funds. We need money to live, and that's something that they need to, and I to continue.
Right. Give us the contact information again, because we want to show, as we get ready to end the program, we want to show the picture, which we have on the desk here, but also we have a better picture that the engineers can cue us. Tell us a little bit about this as we get ready to close.
Okay. Do you want God's Marvelous Light Incorporated? And my website is godsmarvelouslight.com. And I have pages just talks about the different situations like wars around the world, but situations that children find themselves in that they can't control.
Right.
This picture in particular was of in Haiti, myself in the center, is with my little Jean, and Mikarlin is her name. She nearly died in my arms several years ago when I was there for the first time, 2010. The pictures around the edges, of course, show the trauma, especially the one in the very bottom center. It is a child that is real. That is a realistic picture. It's not dramatic. It's not,
And these
but
are
anything but real for that child.
And those pictures that you see right there are people, young people, our future. In the United States, the bottom 5 pictures are all from the United States, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my request for you as my audience is that get in contact with Joy. Give us your full name, Joy, so they can hear that, and your phone number, so we can be the last thing they hear.
Okay, it's Joy Garrido. It is 949-697-4134. I thank you for your support and your kindness.
Well, we thank you for coming to the Connor Bubble. We need to let people know that they need to get involved with what you're doing. Thank you very much. This is Dr. Joe Connor, the Connor Bubble. Joy,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm so happy that we had a chance to show all the details